welcome to Belonga Yoga. I'm Carrie. Today's practice is going to be a easy flow for our hips, really to get a little bit of more mobility and movement into our hips. If you're like me, you sit a lot at your desk doing work, and moving my hips, stretching out my hips feels always so good. So this is what this flow is going to be today. So to start with, let's go ahead and have your hands on your knees, and we're just going to do some seated cat-cow. So on the inhale, we're going to inhale our chest up, and we're going to exhale, round that back. Inhale the chest up, and exhale. Inhale the chest up, and exhale. Really getting some stretch into that back there, and round it down. Inhale it up, let's do a few more. And exhale down. And inhale it up last time. And exhale it back down. Come back to a neutral position here in a seated position, and let's go ahead and do some barrel rolls while it's seated. So really we're going to, on our inhale, we're going to start to move our chest and our body forward. And on the exhale, we're going to round it back behind us. Inhale it forward and all the way around. Get some nice big rolls into our hips today. Inhale it around, up and back and up. And exhale it back around, come back to center, and let's go the other way. We're going to exhale it back behind us, inhale it forward, exhale it behind us, inhale it forward. Keep on doing that for just a few more times. There we go. And come back to center. Make your way into a tabletop position. Actually, let's go ahead and come into a wide-legged child's pose position instead, okay? We're going to do what's called hanging cobra. So if you've never done a hanging cobra before, basically what you're doing, you're going to start in child's pose. You got your knees at a wide distance. On the inhale, you're going to come up into what would be kind of like a tabletop position, but instead of just staying here, we're going to lift up our feet and we're going to drop our hips down, get a nice low back stretch into a hanging cobra, okay? And we're going to come back into a child's pose. So everyone do that with me now. Let's go ahead and do a few of these hanging cobras. We're going to start at child's pose and inhale, come up onto our knees, lifting those feet and dropping it very gently down into a nice hanging cobra. Gently move your head, look to the right, look to the left, and come on back down into child's pose. I'm going to keep these nice and slow. We're not forcing or pushing anything. Inhale it back up, and exhale it back down into that hanging cobra. This time look to the left gently, look to the right, and exhale it back down into your child's pose. Let's go ahead and do one more hanging cobra. I like them. They're so great for my back. Inhale up, exhale down, lifting your chest up, sinking your hips down, and look to the right, look to the left, and back into your child's pose. In child's pose, adjust yourself if you need to. In child's pose, we're on the inhale, we're going to walk our hands over to the right and sink down and give ourselves a nice stretch on the right side body. And inhale and walk the hands through center over to the left and gently release it down. And lift the gaze, walk back into just your child's pose for just one more moment. And go ahead and make your way onto your back. So get yourself all situated, bring your knees into your chest. And let's go ahead and do some knee circles on the ceiling, okay? Just nice and gentle massage to the low back. Imagine you're making nice big circles on the ceiling with your knees. And let's go the other way. Nice gentle massage into that low back, which affects the hips. All of it right there. So good. Plant your feet on the ground, on the floor, on the mat, wherever you're at. Let's go ahead and raise the right foot straight up in the air, and let's give ourselves a little bit of foot circles, just a few, and cross that ankle onto the left knee. And for our figure four, you may stay here. If you'd like to stay here, go ahead and just gently place your right hand onto your thigh and give it a gentle push, just enough to start feeling it in your hip, just a little bit of an extra gentle push. If you'd like to go a little deeper, raise that your left leg up, clasp your hands, clasp both hands around your left, and go your left thigh or your left shin, and bring that whole leg package up into your chest, where you'll get a much more intense stretch in your hips. So do what feels good for you today. And we're going to hold here nicely, breathing into that right hip. And move your body around, move your feet around, your hips around. Where is it feeling good? Where's there a little, oh, I need to breathe a little deeper into that spot. Find what's feeling good for you, what you're needing today, and let's hold it for just a few moments, a few breaths. And let's go ahead and place that left foot back on the ground, and gently just move the entire leg package over to the left for a nice twist. You can extend your right arm out straight from your shoulder if you'd like. You can leave it by your side. You can go post your arms. What feels good for you today? What would you like? And just breathe gently. We're going to breathe into that whole right side body, into that right hip. And gently engaging the core to help you lift that whole leg package up, still in that figure four position. And walk the left foot out to the edge of the mat on the left side, and gently twist, drop those legs over, same configuration, over to the right, and look out over to the left. This is a little deeper stretch on the left side. This is our twisted root. This is a little more intense, so I don't like to hold it as long. So just a few more breaths. And again, engaging that core, bring the whole leg package all the way back up. Drop the right foot back to meet the left. Go ahead and make the feet about as wide as the mat, and give yourself a little windshield wiper back and forth. Nice and slow. You're not in a hurry today. We're just nice and slow. Get our little back into a little better alignment. All right, bring the feet back in, and this time extend the left foot up and give that left foot a couple ankle circles. And the other way around, just for fun today. And gently place the left ankle into the right thigh. Again, you can stay here. And just gently give your thigh a nice little tiny push, just enough to start feeling that stretch in your hip. Or you can go deeper and bring the whole leg package up into your chest. You want to make sure that you're trying to keep your hips aligned so you're not wonking over to one side or the other. And we're just going to nice and gentle bring it in until you start feeling that stretch somewhere along your hips, your thighs, maybe your low back. Everybody's different. Everybody's going to feel it slightly differently. It's okay. And just nice and gentle breathe into it. Again, you know, play with the positioning and see what's what. See where your body is needing that extra breath and that extra stretch today. And don't forget to breathe. Sometimes we get into poses and we want to hold our breath. I remember my very first yoga teacher, 20 whatever years ago, would be like, Carrie, don't hold your breath. I'm like, okay, I forgot to breathe. Remember to breathe through your poses. And gently place the right foot down and let the whole leg package, just as it is, fall over to the right hand side for that gentle stretch. And your left arm can come straight out from your shoulder. You can do a Gold Coast arm if you want a little bit more in your chest. Whatever's feeling good for you today. And engaging that core, gently bring the whole leg package back up. We're still in that figure 4 configuration. Walk that right foot out to about the edge of the mat and gently let the legs fall over to the left. And have your right arm extend out and look over to the right. Again, this is a little more intense of a stretch. My legs don't even come close to reaching the ground. My hips don't have that flexibility right now. That's okay. If you'd like, you can always prop a block up underneath you as well, up underneath your thigh for some support. I'll just hold this for a few breaths. And engaging the core, bring the legs back up. Let the left leg meet the right on the mat. Walk them out to the edges of the mat. And let's give ourselves a nice little windshield wiper here. There we go. And let's bring our legs up, knees into the chest, and let's open up into a happy baby. So you're going to have your hands, you're going to bring your feet up in the air. Imagine a nice little baby, I'm nice and happy. And grab the knife edge of your feet. You can grab your ankles, your shins, whatever feels comfortable for you today. And we're just going to gently open up the legs, the hips. You can even rock back and forth if you'd like to. Don't forget to put a nice big smile on your face because you are a happy baby. And come into some stillness. Breathing. And go ahead and bring our knees back into our chest. Wrap your right arm around your legs. Wrap your left arm around your legs. Give yourself a nice, great, big hug because you deserve it today. And exhale. Big sigh. Let's go ahead and make our way back up into a nice seated position. There we go. So hopefully that feels better for your hips. I know it definitely does for mine. So that's a nice quick practice to get a little bit of mobility and movement into your hips. Thank you for joining me. Until next time.